with us on everything, which obviously they're not going to. It's okay. They have their own thoughts.
Your show does well, too. We're talking to Dave Rubin, the host of a fantastic podcast called Rubin Report. Just check it out. Dave, having just moved from California to South Florida, you have a really, really interesting perspective here. A lot of people will tell you California's lost. Me personally, I don't buy that. I think it's in a lot of trouble. I don't think it's lost. And I say that because where you live now, Miami-Dade, as you well know, was considered lost in Florida for Republicans because it won overwhelming for Democrats forever. And Ron DeSantis just destroyed Democrat Charlie Crist there. Yeah. So it's interesting how things that were lost all of a sudden weren't. Is California lost?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I moved 2 companies to Miami, so I brought a whole bunch of employees, and I know that they all freaking voted for DeSantis, so he's got to be pretty happy with me right now. But yes, watching Miami-Dade flip is absolutely incredible. And to your point about lost, is Cali lost? The problem with Cali is that the machinery is so broken there. It is so one-party state that for people to break through that, look, Newsom just won re-election. Nobody talked about it, right? Because it's not even thought of as, we're going to show clips. Did you play one clip of a Gavin Newsom debate on your show? Either did I.
Honestly, I didn't even know we had one.
Exactly.
I mean, really.
Not one clip went viral anywhere because it was just a far-gone conclusion. So I would much rather people have to vote with their feet. You must move to a place that is in line with your values. I get it. It sucks. Nobody wants to have to pick up real family considerations, grandparents, young kids in school, whatever it might be. But I can tell you I am 11 months, almost to the day, from moving from Cali. My life is 180 better. Freedom is here. The stuff that we talk about for a living, it's taken root here, and we need to be exporting it. But certain places just aren't going to take it. Look, New York even got close. But it's like now they got 4 more years of Hochul, and it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be pretty.
That shocked me. I knew we had a shot. But quietly residing in the back of my cerebral cortex was, I've been told that before, and we've lost by 10. But your thoughts on this theory I have. Yeah, we're talking to Dave Rubin, host of Rubin Report, now lives in Florida, who knows California politics, believe me, better than anyone, was there for most of his life. So I grew up in New York, and I have this theory about this last election cycle, which was decent but not great. It's just that the suck hasn't gotten bad enough yet. Like in New York, I tell the story all the time. When Giuliani ran the first time, he lost. Like, people don't know that. They think he won. He lost. He lost by 2 points. And Dave, everybody
he lost to Dinkins.
He lost to Dinkins. And everybody said, this is over. 2,000 people got killed last year. We lost. Party sucks. I'm jumping off a bridge. And you know what? They didn't, thankfully. And the next term, 4 years up, he ran and he won. Right. And then he ran for re-election and won by 17 points.
He just needed Dinkins to go in and wreck the place, and then finally, out of desperation, so that's your theory. So that's
Is California just not bad enough yet? I mean, they're crapping in the streets.
Yeah, it is that bad. But again, the machinery of the state, it's all run by Democrats. Look, think about it this way. There are more, I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are more Republicans in California than any other state just because of the sheer volume of the state, the sheer population. But if they have no power, if there is no way that you can do anything in the state, and if the cities only get worse, and you keep giving them more tax money, and they're bringing equity into all of the governmental organizations and institutions, at some point you want to go, hey, maybe I don't want to be the last guy in Dodge. And you find out that Florida, the humidity in the summer, it's okay.
We're on a station, I know you know KABC in LA. Yeah. And again, I'm sorry, you're in Florida now, but we know California politics well. And folks, it's a national story what happened in the LA mayor's race. Why does it matter to me? Because you had a guy, Rick Caruso. He had celebrities backing him, millions upon millions of dollars. From what I've heard, was a pretty good candidate. And he still lost to one of the worst Democrats in Congress, Karen Bass. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Well, it's weird, except that there are people who basically think that government is God. That really is it. These people think the government is designed to give you things and rejigger society however they want it to be done. And it simply doesn't work. I can't believe that the money celebrities in Hollywood did not figure out how to get rid of her. You know, how did they not push Caruso?
I don't want to interrupt you, but you said something there. Yeah. Again, we're talking to Dave Rubin, used to be a man of the left, has thankfully come over, and we agree on a lot of things. Now he hosts the Rubin Report. You know, when I ran for office, you debate all the time. People come up to you at county fairs, and you just get really good at it. And one of the things I learned is you never make an assertion, ask a question. People avoid an assertion, but their brain's triggered when you ask a question. It almost feels the need to respond. So I said to a guy once, you just said to me, liberals think government is God, and I believe that. I've heard it. But when you ask them simple questions, like, if paying higher taxes is a force for public good, right? Then why don't you do it voluntarily? Like, I give to charity, I'm not forced to, it's because I actually believe the charity is going to do something positive. So where's the disconnect?
Well, the disconnect is, it's a great question to always ask them. So you love high taxes. So then the next question you should say is, okay, if you love high taxes and you live in California, you live in LA, well, what are they doing with your tax dollars? Are your roads clean? Are the homeless people off the streets? Is the crime not out of control? And then you might be able to get them to go, boy, that is something. I'm paying all this money in tax dollars. The whole place is falling apart. And then they start thinking about it a little bit. That to me is one of the ways you can get the little red pill, the subtle red pill, to kind of get in there. But they think that it's just if you just give this thing money, because that's always the easy answer, right? Dan, schools are having problems. They just need more funding. Right. They never think it has anything to do with efficiency or competency or anything else. Look at it this way. We have you're a Floridian as well. We pay no state income tax.
No, and
right?
Our roads are amazing.
Our roads are amazing.
Incredible.
Our police officers are well funded. Actually, our public schools are way better than California. So how is Florida doing it? California gets all of this money, and they just want to tax and tax. So what is it that California has done with that money that is better than Florida?
And I say to people, too, with the Florida schools, like, folks, you got to understand, like, schools in Florida were not really a priority 3-4 decades ago. It was largely a retirement state. So it's not that people didn't care, it's just there wasn't a big constituency for, like, hey, great public schools. When young families started moving down, people were like, hey, the schools here aren't that great. They turned this thing around like that.